In the heart of a complex building, the manhwa begins, with our protagonist cooking what looks like a beef patty. Suddenly, a voice from the background criticizes her cooking skills. It's the mother-in-law, expressing dissatisfaction and claiming the meal is too salty. Undeterred, our protagonist, with a smile, defends her cooking, refusing to call in the family's housemaid. The mother-in-law drops a bombshell about a hospital visit, hinting at a more significant issue, the lack of a grandchild after a year of marriage. A heated argument ensues, with the mother-in-law scolding and pointing fingers, questioning the protagonist's common sense. Calmly, our protagonist suggests going to the hospital with her son, addressing the accusations politely. Later, guests arrive, enjoying the initially criticized meal. Amidst the chaos, the protagonist sneaks away, dressed up for her birthday celebration. She smoothly handles her angry mother-in-law, who, unbeknownst to her, has just insulted the birthday girl. Driving away, our protagonist vents her frustration, receiving comforting messages from her husband about a birthday gift. Blushing, she demands his presence at Hotel A. After collecting the gift, she heads to see her husband, only to witness a heart-wrenching scene. Her husband, Se-hyuk, is professing love to her sister, Yura, and contemplating divorce. In shock, the protagonist drops her gift, a beautiful cake, which now lies shattered on the floor. Chaos erupts as Yura tries to explain, but the protagonist, Lee-ju, runs away in disbelief. The dramatic turn of events escalates when Lee-ju gets hit by a car. The story ends tragically with Lee-ju's untimely death, leaving behind a shattered family and lingering questions about love and betrayal. A new scene unfolds with a building, echoing the cries of a baby. Meet an adorable baby, left alone and too young to remember, adopted, and later returned. Raised by a wealthy family, the chaebol, our baby grows up after her adoptive mom's untimely death. A second mother, Jong-hae, and a little playmate, Yura, join the family. Yura effortlessly excels in everything, overshadowing our protagonist. Years later, she faces rumors at school about her adoption, traced back to Yura. Hurtful comments and falling books prompt her to seek the rumor's source. Despite mockery in the hallway, she suspects only one person, Han Yura. Meanwhile, Lee Ju-in, feeling lonely, receives a mysterious playlist on her birthday. Time flies, and Ju-in surprises everyone by marrying Se-hyuk, the driver's son. Unbelievably, Se-hyuk, who promised she was enough, causes her accident and demise. Ju-in wakes up to her sister's screams, realizing it was all a dream, or was it? Yura, cheerful as ever, reassures her sister, pushing her to prepare for a wedding dress trial. Confused, Ju-in questions if she's alive or trapped in a dream. Checking her phone, she discovers it's July 19th, not November 20th, 2021. Panicking, she finds a persistent date on her hand, confirming she's somehow time-traveled. Frustrated, Ju-in contemplates the consequences of her past actions. It's time for her wedding dress trial, and though unhappy, she reluctantly dresses up. Se-hyuk compliments her, but Ju-in, seizing a pen, tears her dress. Amidst confusion, Ju-in laughs, gifting the torn dress to a baffled Se-hyuk. Sweating and clueless, Se-hyuk praises her, oblivious to the storm brewing in Ju-in's mind. In the aftermath of Lee-ju damaging her dress, she's on a mission to pay for it. The cashier, taken aback by the state of the dress, witnesses Lee-ju expressing her genuine admiration for it and boldly decides to wear the damaged dress out, embracing a newfound determination for revenge and a fresh start. Café Simple becomes the backdrop for the next set of events, as Lee-ju engages in a call with her cousin. The conversation takes an unexpected turn when Lee-ju discloses her desire to meet Seo Duguk, inadvertently revealing his connection to her sister Yura, Lee-ju's cousin. Bewildered by the revelation, grapples with the news that the seemingly perfect Seo Duguk has a romantic interest in Yura. In a bid to enlist her cousin's help, Lee-ju proposes a deal involving her cousin's relationship. This revelation prompts a mix of confusion and shock from her cousin, leading to a heated exchange about Seo Duguk's romantic preferences. Days later, the narrative shifts to a scene with the man set to marry Yura. Lee Ju, with mixed feelings, observes him and acknowledges his unruly nature. Despite her reservations, she can't help but notice his captivating features, being the second son of a prominent business group, Seo Duguk. As Lee Ju finally faces Seo Duguk, he surprises her with a key card and a proposition to meet at a hotel. Disturbed by the proposal, Lee Ju confronts him about the rumors surrounding him, only to be met with nonchalance. The encounter takes an unexpected turn, revealing Seo Duguk's inclination for testing people during initial meetings. However, the most dramatic twist occurs when Yura appears, seemingly happy with another guy. To make her sister jealous, Lee Ju suggests starting the first round of tests with Seo Duguk. The situation escalates when Yura mistakes them for a couple, leading to a shocking and jealousy-fueled kiss between Lee Ju and Seo Duguk, leaving both Lee Ju and the reader in a state of emotional turmoil, uncertain about the true nature of the unfolding events. Lee Ju's heart raced as she impulsively kissed the guy who had been irritating her. Regaining her senses, she covered her mouth in shame. Yura walked in with a smile. Curious, she asked Seo Duguk why he was there, hinting at the coincidence of their meeting. Spotting her sister, Lee Ju asked if she was there too. Jealous Yura suggested they all have a meal together. Lee Ju smiled but declined, revealing a room key card that needed to be used that day. Excitedly, she explained they had to use it and turned to Seo Duguk for confirmation. Seo Duguk agreed happily. Lee Ju handed him the card, leaving Yura with a sad expression. They headed to the room, which Seo Duguk clarified was a business room, never visited by a woman before. Lee Ju apologized for the earlier kiss, assuring him he could report her, but he was more interested in why she wanted to meet him. Curious, Seo Duguk asked about the purpose of their meeting. Lee Ju apologized and confessed the reason was marriage. Seo Duguk questioned if there was another reason for a blind date. Confused, Lee Ju wondered if there was another reason for such meetings. Seo Duguk reminded her he was her sister's partner, so why him? Lee Ju revealed Yura liked him, leaving Seo Duguk puzzled. Lee Ju asked if he needed a partner, and mentioned the marriage condition for his grandfather's investment. Seo Duguk, surprised, considered her proposal. He pondered if this was payment for the earlier kiss. Lee Ju's phone interrupted, displaying missed calls from her sister. Unfazed, she asked Seo Duguk if he had plans for the night. The phone rang again. Lee Ju saw another missed call from her sister. Ignoring it, she asked Seo Duguk if he was free for the night. Seo Duguk, surprised, sought clarification, and Lee Ju repeated the suggestion. In shock, Seo Duguk asked her to repeat what she said. Lee Ju, unsure if she said something wrong, reiterated the proposal. Seo Duguk smirkingly shook his head and laughed. He considered it a great payment, though he wasn't ready for bed yet. Lee Ju sighed, frustrated by the misunderstanding, and clarified that she wasn't interested in that. Seo Duguk accepted the idea of a contract marriage and questioned why he should choose her over Yura. Lee Ju, feeling similar frustration, went to the bar, poured drinks, and suggested investing in Innova Games instead of keys. Surprised, Seo Duguk didn't expect her interest in his business. He was fascinated by her enthusiasm, and Lee Ju promised more support in the future. They drank before heading to bed. The next morning, Lee Ju turned around and couldn't believe her eyes. Seo Duguk had a lipstick mark on his neck. Shocked, she covered her mouth, wondering what had happened and unable to recall. Lee Ju jumped up, gasping, wondering how they ended up there. Her head pounded. Seated, she massaged her temples, feeling dizzy, trying to piece together the night before. Recollections hit her, drinking, laughing, her dress unzipped, being all over him. Shocked, she snapped out of it, questioning what the heck had happened. Determined to leave before he woke up, she grabbed her coat, attempting a stealthy exit. A noise made her pause. She turned to see him peacefully on the bed, looking cute. Admiring him sleeping, she continued walking but not without dropping cash for his laundry. How cute. The next day, Li Ju, with a sad face, drove to the hospital. In the VIP room, her grandfather recognized her and apologized for everything. Holding her hands, he expressed regret for not recognizing her, repeating it for 3 months until he passed away. Later, Yura's mother visited, convincing him that Yura was his only granddaughter. Wondering where Li Ju slept, she learned about the date and the news of Yura. Excited, Li Ju confirmed the date with Seo Duguk, asking about Yura. Li Ju's stepmother affirmed the news, expecting good things from them soon. In Seo Duguk's POV, during a business meeting, his mind wandered to the money Li Ju left. Lost in thought, he wondered what she was thinking and recalled the sweet moments. Puzzled by the events, he remembered the night before, amused by Li Ju's drunk cuteness. Reflecting on her past, he recalled her venting to him, feeling her sadness. Li Ju, wanting to sleep, but feeling like going naked, was stopped by Seo Duguk. A playful slap, a gentle request to behave, and moments later, she fell on top of him. Reflecting on their connection, a thought crossed Seo Duguk's mind: do they look good together? Seo Duguk, feeling tense, reassures himself it was just an accident. Li Ju tightly grabs him, leaving him in awe, and he manages to gently get her off him. Covering her with the sheets, he softly tells her that things will be different now that he's there. Back to reality, Seo Duguk checks his phone, wondering why Li Ju hasn't texted him since yesterday. Unaware, his secretary asks about the meeting, revealing the congratulations on his dating life. Seo Duguk, focused on his cousin's role in an article, inquires if the secretary contacted An Sujin. Laughing off the idea of telling Li Ju to screw off, Seo Duguk flings on his suit and heads out for a run, surprising his wide-eyed secretary. Later, scolded by his furious mother about not being early, she questions if he's really getting married. He confirms and explains the sudden change, revealing he is apathosexual, among other labels. In shock, his mother questions his nonsense and suggests marrying someone else. Defiant, Seo Duguk insists it must be Li Ju. Inquiring about her own marriage, his mother slaps him in anger. Heading towards the elevator, Seo Duguk quickly grabs her hand, expressing his willingness to work in his father's company. His mother, surprised, questions if he can handle his grandfather, Jongwook. Seo Duguk confidently assures he can, promising to gain his grandfather's affection and acquire his inheritance. The unexpected twist leaves us wondering about Seo Duguk's true intentions. On a cool beach afternoon, Li Ju catches up with her cousin, who questions her whereabouts, deeming her crazy for being at the beach. Confirming her impending marriage to Seo Duguk, Li Ju sparks her cousin's curiosity, who then asks about a favor. Wondering if Li Ju is insane to ask for another favor, the cousin gets more intrigued when Li Ju hints at compensation. In the midst of the conversation, Li Ju drops the bomb that she knows she's investigating her boyfriend's potential cheating, leaving her cousin in shock. As the cousin screams, Li Ju reveals the shocking news that her boyfriend is going to be a father soon. Despite her cousin's disbelief, Li Ju reassures her and mentions compensation for the favor she asked. Before Li Ju could finish her explanation, she spots Seo Duguk in the distance, prompting her to end the call and wonder why he's there. The scene turns romantic as Seo Duguk, looking cool, approaches Li Ju, taking off his glasses and revealing he's been looking for her. Li Ju, not pleased with his unexpected presence, questions why he's at his least favorite place. Seo Duguk explains Li Ju left him a note, leaving him intrigued and impressed. He mentions repaying her and reveals the money she left wasn't enough, hinting at more reasons for his visit. Li Ju smirks, questioning if the money was the sole reason for his presence. Seo Duguk admits it wasn't enough, suggesting Li Ju take responsibility due to their impending marriage. Li Ju, taken aback, awaits an explanation, but Seo Duguk decides to move forward with the marriage contract. As Lee Ju starts walking away, Seo Duguk playfully suggests she become his sister-in-law, leaving her annoyed. He proposes they go eat together, but Lee Ju hesitates, expressing a bad feeling about it. Apologizing, she declines, citing concerns about eating with others, deeming it unsanitary. Seo Duguk, intrigued, questions her reasoning, and Lee Ju maintains her stance. Teasingly, he declares he'll be her first and lists reasons she needs to apologize, ripping the money to emphasize its insignificance. Seo Duguk just wants to eat with her, making it a condition for their marriage, leaving Lee Ju speechless. The scene transitions to a beautiful restaurant, with Seo Duguk praising Lee Ju's fast learning. Furious, Lee Ju questions why eating together is the first condition of their marriage. Seo Duguk explains it's necessary for her to be with him, and Lee Ju glares at him in anger. He jokes about convenience store food and questions if she's okay with it, to which Lee Ju, indifferent, agrees. Lee Ju probes about what happened that night at the hotel, prompting Seo Duguk's teasing. He hints at their amazing night, reminding her with short sentences, frustrating Lee Ju. Seo Duguk encourages her to eat, revealing it's her first meal, but Lee Ju, stubborn, dismisses his concern. He asks what she thinks of him, and Lee Ju claims ignorance, questioning why he cares. Seo Duguk, confident and good-looking, wonders if he suits her taste, leaving Lee Ju puzzled. As their complex relationship unfolds, the tension lingers in the air. Lee Ju is in shock, asking him what on earth he's talking about. Curious, he questions why she's so shocked. After all, they are getting married, right? Or isn't marriage just about two lovebirds uniting? Lee Ju, visibly irritated, scolds him for wasting time with such nonsense. Seo Duguk persistently brings up the hotel incident, and Lee Ju, now furious, tells him to stop. She screams at him, making it clear she doesn't want to hear any more. While eating, Lee Ju notices the tattoo on her hand and suddenly recalls the other night. Quickly, she covers it up. She asks him if he saw anything on her wrist that night. Surprised, Seo Duguk says no and wonders what it's about. Relieved, she assures him it's nothing. Clearing her throat, she transitions to a more serious topic. Lee Ju mentions WJ Retail's upcoming financial crisis. She needs to attract investors and seeks Seo Duguk's help. If he gets married and all goes well, the company can officially launch soon after the investment. Seo Duguk wonders if she means buying his company's shares before it launches. Oops. Lee Ju reveals she already bought the shares. She plans to announce it in 2 days, leaving Seo Duguk amazed. Impressed, he compliments her intelligence and asks what's next. Lee Ju plans to buy more shares when the price drops, eventually taking over the company. Laughing, Seo Duguk points out it might take 30 years. Lee Ju acknowledges and says that's why she needs his help. She wants him to provide the investment. Lee Ju assures him of her success. Intrigued, Seo Duguk asks where she's getting her information. He teases her about joining his company, earning an unimpressed look from Lee Ju. Lee Ju emphasizes the risk that must be taken, but expresses confidence in success. Confidently, she says it's based on his money and her intuition. Confused, Seo Duguk questions how she plans to achieve it. She maintains her confidence. Lee Ju checks her vibrating phone. Reading a text, she learns her DNA test results will be out in 2 weeks. Her face lights up. Seo Duguk notices and asks if she has good news. Smiling, she confirms it's somewhat like that. With puppy eyes, Seo Duguk asks what he's supposed to do. He smiles, confessing he might be falling in love with her. Lee Ju's eyes brighten, she screams, asking what he's talking about. He stands up, staring into her eyes, expressing his desire for her to do it again. Still in shock, Lee Ju asks what exactly he wants her to do. He wants her to propose again. Lee Ju screams, bewildered by his request. Blushing, He adds he wants a kiss and a ring with the proposal. Li Ju laughs, thinking he's out of his mind. Isn't this just a marriage contract? Nonetheless, she agrees. If that's what it takes to marry him and take everything from her sister, she'll do it. She extends her hand, suggesting they go for it. In the radiant sunlight of the day, Li Ju parks her car at a charming apartment, contemplating the mysterious inheritance twist involving her grandfather's wealth. As she steps into the house, her stepmother unexpectedly slaps her, claiming concern for her whereabouts. Li Ju questions this sudden care, sparking tension. Her stepmother insists on being a caring figure since Li Ju was 9 and demands any concerns be voiced. Angry, she questions if Li Ju was with Seo Duguk. Explaining that Seo Duguk is meant for Yura, Li Ju faces her stepmother's fury. Undeterred, she boldly mentions her upcoming marriage to Seo Duguk. Li Ju laughs off her stepmother's reminder of her adoption, instead urging her to focus on her illegitimate child. Surprisingly, she seeks her stepmother's blessing for the marriage. Li Ju's father intervenes, urging them to stop the argument. He questions Li Ju's disrespectful tone toward her mother. The stepmother complains about Li Ju's swollen cheek, but before she can speak, Li Ju's father interrupts again. He suggests they shouldn't fight over a man, favoring Yura's side. Li Ju questions whether he would have favored her if she had met Seo Duguk first. Feeling neglected, she wonders if he has ever put her first. Li Ju's father is left speechless, and she expresses her sadness. The stepmother apologizes, shouldering the blame for the situation. Li Ju's father forbids her from leaving the house, while the stepmother seizes the opportunity to instruct house helpers to take her to her room. Protesting, Li Ju insists she can walk on her own. In the commotion, she cleverly slips her phone into a helper's pocket. Upstairs, the stepmother reveals an evil smile. Determined, Li Ju slams her door, reflecting on her changed mindset and preparing for whatever comes her way. Midway through her escape attempt, she slips and falls, facing an unexpected and challenging turn of events. Is she on the brink of danger again? As she descends to the floor, a mysterious hand extends to her aid. Lo and behold, it's a strange guy who seems to be the bodyguard, swooping in to catch her. He drops her with a teasing question, was she attempting a runaway? Dusting off his suit, he suggests she stays if revenge is what she seeks. Annoyed and seated on the ground, she retorts, questioning what he knows about revenge. He assures her that running away would be in vain, prompting her to dismiss his assumption. Li Ju clarifies she wasn't escaping. And the guard, smiling, asks what she was up to. After helping her up, she requests his phone. Few hours later, Seo Duguk rings the doorbell, holding a bouquet. Li Ju's stepmother, surprised, questions his unexpected visit. Seo Duguk apologizes for not calling in advance. At the dining table with Li Ju's family, her father reassures him about the trending article. Seo Duguk, acting surprised, mentions the article, creating suspense. He inquires about Li Ju's whereabouts. Amidst the tense family dynamics, the stepmother covers for Li Ju, claiming she's on an errand since morning. Seo Duguk clarifies that he's the one who troubled Li Ju. The father is confused, asking Seo Duguk to repeat his statement. Meanwhile, the mysterious guard in a black suit attempts to unlock the door for Li Ju, urging her to leave. As footsteps approach, everyone at the table turns to see Li Ju surprisingly returning. Her stepmother, furious, questions how she escaped. Li Ju casually pulls out a dining chair, smiling at Seo Duguk. Yura becomes visibly irritated at the sight. Seo Duguk, making an announcement at the table, confirms the rumors. He declares his intention to marry Li Ju. Yura's mother reacts with a scream, but Seo Duguk holds Li Ju's hand, revealing he came seeking their blessing. Disbelief fills the room, as Seo Duguk squeezes Li Ju's hand tightly. With a warm smile, Li Ju pleads with them to bless their impending marriage. Li Ju's stepmother wears a sad expression as she questions Seo Duguk about choosing Li Ju over her daughter Yura. Angrily, she emphasizes that this isn't a child's game. Seo Duguk reassures her that he wants to marry for love, not commercial reasons, grabbing Li Ju's hand to express his affection. Li Ju's stepmother wonders why the rush, considering Li Ju just ended her engagement and may not be ready for a new relationship. Yura agrees, imposing Li Ju is still affected by the breakup. Li Ju's father intervenes, advising her to take her time. Seo Duguk steps in, promising to support Li Ju through every step. The family is left speechless as Seo Duguk, having gained their acceptance, stands up and invites Li Ju to leave with him. In the car, Li Ju questions him about his motives, even asking for a price. However, Seo Duguk surprises her by revealing a restaurant reservation rather than discussing monetary matters. Arriving at the restaurant, a spread of delicious meals is served, but Li Ju, furious, hadn't expected a restaurant visit. She thought Seo Duguk was helping her escape her family. Annoyed, she assures him she'll eat and sends a message to Sejin. As they dine, Seo Duguk encourages her to eat, but Li Ju, lost in thoughts of her past, chokes on her food. Seo Duguk expresses concern, but she insists she's fine. During dessert, Li Ju reflects on her childhood memories. Worried about her demeanor, Seo Duguk offers to take away her unhappy memories. Li Ju seems surprised, and he playfully suggests the restaurant as a proposal venue, inquiring about the ring and kiss he'd requested earlier. Li Ju is stunned and exclaims, "What?" Seo Duguk stands up and, oh my, he kneels down, it's an official proposal. He presents an original diamond ring and pops the question, making the inevitable marriage even more romantic. As she gazes at the shining ring, Seo Duguk playfully requests a kiss. Li Ju, revealing her misophobia, explains she can't do unsanitary things. Seo Duguk, confused, learns about her condition. With a smile, he questions why she kissed him on their first date, and she reveals it was for business. Seo Duguk attempts to explain the business concern of a kiss, but Li Ju grabs him, declaring she hasn't prepared the ring, but the awaited kiss is here. She leans in, heels in the air, kisses him passionately, then pushes him back, momentarily snapping out of it. Seo Duguk, undeterred, pulls her close, claiming there's still a lot missing. A passionate kiss follows. The scene transitions to Seo Duguk's office in his company building, where he's looking at a picture of him and Li Ju kissing. His secretary startles him with news of becoming a celebrity due to articles. Seo Duguk, already considering himself a celebrity, gets angry at the suggestions to handle the situation. Checking his phone, he finds a lunch invitation from Li Ju. Amazed, he wonders what's going on with her and replies that he'll join her. Turning to his secretary for insight into Li Ju's feelings, he declares he's going to marry her and heads downstairs. However, he encounters Yura instead, who suggests lunch, leaving us curious about what happened to Li Ju's invitation. To let us know your interest in the story, comment below for part 2, hit the subscribe bell. Can't wait to hear from you.